Okay, look, this is a psalm cylinder, and psalm, I think, means like, it's like a prayer, I guess. This is one of the optional collectibles. There's only 6 of them, as you can see, but the detail on just this collectible is crazy. Let's just talk about like what it looks like. It just looks like a cylinder from a music box, right? You got the pips on there, and those pips, you know, hit the little metal parts. And what does a music box sound like? So 2 of the psalm cylinders sound like this, and you can see in the description it's a guide track for the choir. So first of all, bugs have music box. In the world, we're thinking that like, oh, people put this on, the bugs put this on to help them with, you know, the choir. So then we get a sacred cylinder, right? And you can see this one's a little bit different than the other ones. And that's because it's the sacred melody of the Vault Keepers. It's like a story-based item. And when we play this one, it doesn't sound like a music box. It sounds like an actual recording. So there's a disconnect between what it looks like and what purpose and serves in the storytelling, right? In the world, now we see that it's more of like a record than it is like a music box cylinder. And we accept it for what it is, because that's all we can really do. Then we get more psalm cylinders, right? Another one that's like a recording. And you can kind of actually hear that there's like a little bit of artifacting. It's very similar to like a record in real life. Not only do people use psalm cylinders like a guide track, they also use it to record songs. We have another psalm cylinder here. It says, sermon of service delivered by an ordained vault keeper to acolytes in training. And we play this and it's not a song. This is just a recording. Our expectation of the purpose of these cylinders is subverted again, because not only are these cylinders used for guide tracks, like a normal music box, they're also used as a record to play music, but they're also used as a record, like, as a record, to record important speeches or, you know, pieces of information. And again, we have a new expectation. What happened to me is I found this last cylinder, and this really kind of changed everything for me. The description here says, last surgery of conductor Mazzello performed in White Ward's operating theater. And true enough, I found this cylinder in the White Ward. It's like a surgery place. There's a lot of surgical equipment, weird chairs, right? There's enemies in that place that are covered in silk. You can see that the enemies have like a little point on the silk, so they're being sewn, basically. These bugs are being sewn in the White Ward. We have this cylinder of the last surgery of the conductor Mazzello. Let's play it. So what are we hearing? We're hearing a very calculated, kind of surgical voice. I'm assuming that's conductor Mazzello. And we're listening to them narrating what they're doing, like during the surgery. And you can hear so much here. You can hear the patient having these weird moans. You hear the clanging of medical equipment. You hear how the patient is struggling. And you can hear some noise that, like, it's very unsettling, and it kind of sounds like, you know, a bug being, like, opened up. And on top of that, you hear a lot of artifacting. Almost more artifacting than you hear from any other cylinder. In my opinion, that kind of implies that this is a way older recording than a lot of the other cylinders you find. Once again, the expectation of what the purpose is for these cylinders is completely subverted. Because why does this cylinder exist? Like, you'd think the government or whatever, the governing body of this, would keep this a secret because they don't want it to come out that the surgeries are actually like these viscerally horrible, painful, invasive surgeries. The bugs want to keep this a secret, which is why no one found it. And the way your expectations consistently get subverted just by getting these 6 collectibles that are mostly optional. That's how the entire storytelling, the entire environmental storytelling of Silksong works. They give you a little piece and they're like, what do you think of this? And you're like, well, I think it's a music box. I think it's a little cylinder for a music box. We have that in real life. It's not a big deal. But wait, this one doesn't sound like a music box. This one sounds like a recording. So you're like, boom, another piece of information. And so you're led to another expectation of like, what? Okay, well, I guess they use it for like a recording. You know, it's like kind of like a record. And then you hear a recording of something that's not music. And you're like, oh, okay, so it's actually an archival piece of technology. Like it's meant to not only record music, not only used for guide tracks, but it's also used to record like specific information. The last hit is they give you a piece of information that in the lore they would want to hide. We're led to believe that some of these cylinders were either destroyed or hidden because they didn't want people to know about the actual horrors of what they're doing to the bug population in the Citadel. And I absolutely love this. It's consistently making you reorganize your thoughts about what's happening in the world. You're consistently being like, oh wait, now that I have this, it's completely different. When I got this, I got shivers down my spine because I completely understood what the whole game was going for. And this game does it so well. This game is so beautiful, but it's also so somber and so like heavy. And it's just amazing. I don't know. I just had to share it because it's crazy and I love environmental storytelling. So if you guys want to see more of this, I have links in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. But yeah, just wanted to talk about something I noticed in Silksong.
Pushanka.